How's it going, everybody? Imperious Q here, and I know you're probably thinking, he's still around? Yeah. I know it's been a little while since I've put out a video. I promise it's not because I don't enjoy doing it or that I've changed my mind or anything. It's just that leading up into the holidays, I had a lot of different projects that I had to work on, and also spent time with my family. And one of the big pushes, as you saw in my last video, was heading into the Heroes and Villains Walker Stalker Fan Fest. That was my first opportunity to go out and do some trooping. I had my costume completed, which I'll do a picture of here, or as you can see, I've been working on my sweatshirt. Project updates. My regular shirt. I'm still, believe it or not, I haven't finished the Rebel helmet yet, and there's a reason why. And I haven't had a chance to really put together the not the last video of that series. I haven't had a chance to put together the next video of that series yet. And this goes back a couple months, more than a couple months. When I was at a point where I really thought I was making progress towards the end of the helmet, Solo came out. And for those of you who don't know, the guards, supposedly they belong to the Pike Syndicate. They're not actually Kessel guards, but they're on planet Kessel. So I would call them Kessel guards. They have the same helmet as the one that was used in Rogue One for some of the Rebel Special Forces. So I really got in there and I got some screen captures. And, well, the bottom line is this. The progress that I thought I had made, I was going in the wrong direction. And I was never going to get there with the model that I had done. All the ribbing things that I'd done on the top and getting ready to put the ear shield around and all that. I was way off. I mean, to the point where it wasn't even worth continuing that build as it was. Now, as those of you who may know, if you've been following my Facebook page, I talked about this about a month and a half ago. I did go back and I have been working on a way to try and accomplish the actual shape of the helmet. So I've developed a template that I'm going to be using here pretty soon. But in the interim, I was also working on my Imperial Stormtrooper general outfit. Now, this was a non-canon outfit, and yes, I do have a little bit of a belly, unfortunately. I'm working on it. Don't judge me. But I was trying to make some armor that was originally it was going to be like Tarkin's armor in Rebels, along with the helmet. I did that whole costume. I have lots of content that I'm going to be putting together for you guys to see. Was all of it successful? No, but I did a lot of cool stuff. Like I took a snowtrooper helmet. I cut the visor out of it and I fashioned it to be basically an Imperial. It's basically like a General Veers type helmet, except there's several variations of that in both not Rogue One, but both in the ATST drivers, General Veers, Governor Tarkin's helmet, Thrawn's helmet, Governor Price's helmet, and of course the Mud Troopers use a very similar helmet, but not exactly the same helmet. And so I was pretty happy. I mean, I got the Snowtrooper helmet at a decent price. I did have to do some cosmetic changes to it because it wasn't perfect. But the guy who did it, he did it by hand. So, you know, I mean, for what it was good. And I ended up getting experience with some actual Stormtrooper armor components, mainly the Stormtrooper belt. So I got to experience what it's like trying to cut that type of plastic. That was fun. Not really. And I got to put together a thermal detonator, which I'm going to be redoing. Basically, and I learned a lot about foam construction when I did the chest piece. Now, in all honesty, I was originally going to do a different type of a chest piece, but I decided, you know what, I want to go more for the Thrawn or Renda Price style, and I didn't quite get it. I didn't quite get there, but enough people recognized where I was going with it that I was getting thumbs up. Matter of fact, myself and my son were at the Walker Stalker, and I was one of the very few people that were actually cosplaying Star Wars. So we were very popular. He had his Imperial Outlanders t-shirt on, and he had my Imperial officer cap on, and they too used him to take pictures of a bunch of different stuff that was promotional for movie companies and stuff like that. So he's like holding their posters and stuff like that, and he had a ton of swag. And they also had me, and shout out to Tito from Wolves of Mandalore. He showed up, and he's also kind of a lurker with the Imperial Outlanders, but I still consider him part of us. And he brought his Mandalorian suit, but he ended up putting it on because it was really rainy that day, and there wasn't really any place to change. I ended up changing in the parking lot, but I have no shame in my game. And anyway, we got our pictures taken with some Aquaman promotional stuff. We all got t-shirts and stuff, so that was cool. Other cool things that I got to do with that project that I'm going to be showing is I did do an E11 blaster. I modded it. I'm going to redo it. I was kind of running short on time towards the end. I did a lot of things that I wanted to do with it. I made a holster for it. Fortunately, I'm still having problems with sewing. I got one of these little Singer sewing machine things, and it was supposed to be like, one-stop shop, no problem, totally easy. I'd start sewing with it, and it would all come apart. So I'll show you how I cheated that in a way that you can, if you need to. I'll show you some hacks that'll at least get you through the weekend if you're going on a con. Now, it's not going to get you in with the 501st. I'm just telling you right now. They're going to look at that and go, well, actually, I'm not sure. Because it did turn out, it did look pretty good. Looked pretty legit. But I'll show you how I did that. And also, I did the Imperial Code cylinders myself. I was very proud of the job I did on that. And I'll show you how to make those if you want to do them from scratch. I was working on showing you how to do rank bars from scratch, but the tile cutter that I was using, I need to get another one, and that'll probably be a future project. Additionally, I still have the Rogue One Jyn Erso blaster thing that I'm going to do the conversion of. Am I going to do it the way I originally was going with it? I'm not sure. I might go ahead and order a kit to mod it, just, you know, to keep it interesting. I still have a Cassian Andor blaster. I still have my Hasbro E11 blaster, which will be doing a Doopy-Doos kit for. That's the really high end. I mean, this one is, these go for a lot of money, like $50, $60, $70 just for this blaster. I happen to get one for $15 at the Comic-Con. Hey. But, yeah, so I will be doing another E11, and I'll compare it with the Rubies one that I did. I know it's Rubies, but you know what? It's actually, for the money, you can still get some decent blasters. I still have a Han Solo DL44 conversion that I want to do, and I'm still going to be working on. I've got the components to start on my son's Mandalorian. Okay, so there's that project that's coming up. And you know, once I get these rolling, you've seen how I you know, I'll come out with on a regular basis, but it's just a matter of getting back into the swing of it. The other thing that I have coming that's exciting, and I'll tell you more about it, and it should be getting shipped to me anytime, is I'm going to be doing a review of a kit from a particular 3D printer and armor maker. And it's basically going to be, I'm going to be doing two parts of it. I've already got the boots, I've already got an Imperial officer costume, but it's not the one that I want yet. What I want is, I want to do a regional governor's, an up-armored regional governor like Arenda Price's in Rebels, or with the same type of armor as Thrawn, and this guy produces the kit for the helmet, the goggles, everything that you're going to need, with one exception, and I'll have to double check, but anyway, I worked out a deal with him. He's going to send me the kit. I'm going to assemble it. I'm going to do an unboxing for you. You're going to get to see the whole process. And I'm also going to be ordering costume from Cosplay Sky. They're not a sponsor of the channel. Maybe they should be. But you know, I trust guys like Dan from Buckethead Props, and he's also. I was talking to him yesterday. About where he got his Imperial hat, because the one that comes with Cosplay Sky usually won't be 501st approvable. Now, you may be saying, well, why do you care, Clint? You're the Imperious Quartermaster. You are the California leader for the Imperial Outlanders. What do you care about with the 501st approval? Well, number one, if you have the idea that the Outlanders is antagonistic towards the 501st, we're not. We're not antagonistic towards the 501st. We're not antagonistic towards the Wolves of Mandalore. We're good friends with Vader's Raiders over in England. But the thing about it is that there are quite a few members in the Imperial Outlanders who are also members of those other groups. Now, for me, the main reason that I want to do it is just for the challenge of it. To me, is can I get my costume to that level? I'm not looking to get out of the Outlanders. I'm not looking to just go hardcore into the 501st all the time, every day out loud. But I do have friends who are into 501st. I do have a lot of people that I correspond with on Facebook. And there's some cool benefits to being in the 501st. Not going to lie. Now, for me, and for people who are like me, who like to do maybe some costumes that may not quite be canon, may not quite be screen accurate, the Outlanders is the way to go. As far as I'm concerned, I will always say, hey, if you belong to any cosplay group on Facebook, and people are giving you crap because, oh, your costume isn't this way. I'm not talking about 501st members. I'm talking about people who are members of those particular groups. We had one. There was a guy who had been part of the Darth Vader build, and the guy had a very expensive, albeit I believe it might have been a Ruby's. And the guy was really excited, you know. He wants to be part of the Star Wars cosplay thing, and so he joined the Darth Vader build group, and he said, you know, hey, what do you guys think? And they tore him to shreds, man. Like, what is that? You know, is that some kind of a Halloween costume? You know, this is wrong, that's wrong. And I was like, you know, and once again, I don't know if these guys were members of the 501st or not. I'm not saying they were. I'm saying they were being jerks. And I can't stand that crap. Star Wars is for everybody. And this guy did not deserve it, because they're like, oh, are you sure you want to know the truth? Are you sure you want to know? He asked, so we give him our honest, screw you guys. No. That's not what I'm about, okay? There's nothing wrong with wanting to be screen accurate. There's nothing wrong if that's the precept for membership in your group. Then that's part of your rules, that if you get in, this is what you have to do. But that doesn't mean that people have to be jerks to each other. And I'm not saying, once again, that this guy was a member of 501st that was bagging on this dude, but he was one of those, you know, little nerds that apparently the only power he's ever had is to be able to cut down on people, because his costume must be oh so great. You know, so that's where guys like a club like the Outlanders is there. We're here for what we call carefree cosplay, okay? If you want to join the 501st, you want to join the Mandalorian Mercs, we'll encourage you. We got guys that'll mentor you. If you're looking for a group of people that you can get your feet wet in the Star Wars trooping and cosplaying phenomenon with, hey, let us know. Every one of these videos I put how to join the Outlanders. If you want, come on along. We'll bring you in. If you want to go, you know, use that to learn and kind of get some experience, we're happy with that. But so back to my thing, the tangent. You know, I am going to be doing this upcoming costume with an eye towards getting approved as part of the 501st. If not as an armored regional governor, then just as a regional governor, imperial officer. So there's that project. And anyways, I hope you guys will like it, and it's something I'm excited about. So I'm looking forward to it. Doesn't mean I'm going to stop doing the Imperial Outlanders. No. The fact of the matter is that this is still my hobby. You know, this is my thing that I like to do. Is being part of the club and being part of this process with you guys. So that's not going to stop. But I would like to talk one last thing. I do have a Patreon page. I always include the link in the description. If you would consider becoming a patron, I'd be more than happy to give you a shout out. And I right now I don't, because of the fact that I only have limited fund. Because I only have limited funds, I can't offer incentives per se. But for those of you who might want to get something in return for contributing to the program, I am going to be creating a line of Imperial For those of you who are interested in getting something and still contribute to the program, I am going to be doing a series of Imperious Quartermaster t-shirts, and I will be posting a link to that on this page, or rather, sorry, not on this page. Well, I'll put a link to it in the description, but I'll also post a link over at the Facebook page. Please check out the Facebook page. Okay, I'm really into interacting with people, and I'm known for getting back to people pretty quickly. If out there any of you have any, if you're builders, you're modelers, anything that you would like me to review, that you would like to send me a copy of to review, drop me a note, send me an email. If any of you out there have patches that you want to send my way, contact me. I'll let you know how to do that. And in the future, I'm hoping to have patches myself. I have an embroidery machine, but the digitizing software that I have hasn't been working for me. I don't know if it's just because it's too old. So there is a program that I want to get that will do that job. But once again, it's a matter of when I get the funds. Anyway, that's about enough time for today. I look forward to getting a new, at least one or two videos to you in this coming week, and hopefully by next Friday we'll be cracking along like we normally do. So anyway, have a great day, and for gosh sakes, for those of you who are in the Midwest of the United States, stay inside. It's not worth it, man. And the coldest I've ever been was when I lived in Chicago, and that only got down to -10. They're talking like that high point might be -13. Stay indoors. And all my buddies and friends out in the Imperial Outlanders, I'll see you next time.